We've heard about the different ways that animals can protect themselves from danger. Sharp teeth, claws, simply running away. But what about plants? They can't run and they can't hide. So how do plants defend themselves? Plants and insects have coexisted for over 400 million years. So it's no surprise that plants evolved to have effective and diverse defense mechanisms. Here are just a few different ways that plants can ward off the many insects, fungi, diseases, and herbivores that could potentially be harmful. Plants have three main defense types: physical defenses, chemical defenses, and indirect defenses. Physical defenses include things like thorns, spines, and spikes. But plants also have trichomes and rhaphides. Trichomes are sharp, hair-like structures that can harm smaller insects. Some trichomes can also dispel chemical irritants. Rhaphides are microscopic, needle-shaped crystals that can cause small wounds inside a herbivore's mouth, inviting in toxins. Lignin is found in tree bark, and it's impermeable to pathogens and prevents water damage. Chemical defenses are constantly happening within the plant itself. Plant lectins are storage proteins that protect plant tissues from pests and pathogens. It seems that lectins are able to work as defense proteins by binding to glycoconjugates from these different insects and microorganisms. Plant lectins also have the advantage of remaining stable under a wide pH and temperature range. These features make them an important potential tool for the inhibition of pathogenic microorganisms. Phytohormones are plant signaling molecules that regulate growth and development, as well as pathogen defense. Plant hormones control something called the systemic acquired resistance, the SAR, which is basically a plant's memory. What this means is plants previously infected by a pathogen could better resist further infection, not unlike animal immune systems. The main difference in immune systems between plants and animals, however, is that plants don't have a separate immune system. Instead, every single plant cell has the ability to detect and defend against invaders. Green leaf volatiles, GLVs, are carbon-based organic compounds that are released when plants suffer tissue damage. A damaged area of a plant can release this airborne mix of chemicals to signal other parts of the plants and sometimes even nearby plants. This lets the plants know to shuttle their sugar and other resources toward its roots and away from the flowers. This minimizes the plant's potential losses and can help it grow back later. Guard cells allow the plant to open and close its pores, keeping infections out. Some plant species can also self-destruct only the infected cells of their leaves, and this stops the spread of diseases. Indirect defenses against insects are mediated by the release of a blend of the volatile organic compounds that specifically attract natural enemies of the herbivores, or by providing food like extrafloral nectar and housing to enhance the effectiveness of the natural enemies. Think of it as a plant's personal security guard. So to recap, plants use complex physical, chemical, and indirect defenses to protect themselves. Plants use physical defenses to discourage larger herbivores and puncture smaller insects. Ouch! Chemical defenses include the release of chemical compounds into the air to signal plants to danger and initiate their specific defense responses. These chemicals can also be used by farmers as a natural insecticide. Scientists have even begun using these chemicals to create plants that are genetically resistant to insects. And finally, plants use their chemical signals to attract insects' natural predators when under attack, which is beneficial to both the plant and the predator. This type of defense is common in tomato plants, corn, cabbage, broccoli, kale, and other vegetables. Plants are tougher than they look.